morning, everyone. We are Frontview Construction, and we are partnering with Backrise Builders. We are pleased to present to you our approach to the Monmouth City Hall. Together, let's create a landmark that reflects the spirit of Monmouth's community. I'm Andrew Brodall, Project Executive, and joining us today is our Principal Architect, Michaela Escobar, our Ayman Hussein, our Lead MEP Specialist, Elias Cobb, our Pre-Construction Manager, Gio Barrios, our Project Manager, and Nauta Hashimi, our Superintendent. And next, I'll be passing it on to our Principal Architect, Michaela Escobar.
Good morning, everyone. I'm very excited to present to you our design of the Monmouth City Hall. So in the beginning of the design process, we wanted to get a general idea for what the city of Monmouth is like. So it is a small college town with a population of a little more than 11,000 people. The weather there is more cool, mild, and cloudy weather for a good majority of the year. And it's in Polk County, Oregon, with some major nearby cities, Portland and Salem. So taking a deeper look into Monmouth, we wanted to find a few locations in which we're able to draw inspiration from. The first two locations, we have downtown Monmouth, Oregon and Western Oregon University. Both are locations which feature more historic buildings with a red brick exterior, an element we really wanted to keep in mind when doing our design. Next, we have the Main Street Park. Immersed in the beautiful surrounding nature is a location which represents a sense of community to the city of Monmouth, and we really wanted to incorporate this as well. The amphitheater, also located in Main Street Park, is a structure that we wanted to draw inspiration from material-wise, as it's composed of wood and brick. So going into our style palette, on the exterior of the building, we have the aluminum panels and the glass curtain wall, both of which are elements that add a sort of a more modern touch to the building. And for our color scheme, we decided to go with more neutral, muted tones, such as gray on the outside, in order to draw more attention to the inside of the building. The inside of the building featuring wood flooring and the CMU interior walls, and in combination with the color scheme, more brighter, richer colors on the inside, allow for a more inviting atmosphere and provide familiarity to the visitors of the City Hall. So for our site layout, for reference, the building does face north. So we have here on the north side, the first parking lot entrance coming from Main Street, and on the east side, we have two parking lot entrances coming from Orange Street. There are a total of three entrances, three exits from the building. So you have two on the south side and one on the east side, not pictured here, sorry. And then we have a parking lot, ADA compliant parking lot with a total of 56 spaces. All right, so segueing into our first floor plan, we have the outdoor plaza colored in green, and as you walk through, you'll encounter the public lobby. So the public lobby will include the civic art room, two public restrooms, and a security check-in station. After passing through the check-in station, you'll proceed to the lounge area, where there's available seating, and you have to have an employee check you through via key card in order to access the hallway, the restricted area, as there are two large council courtrooms on the left side of the hallway, and on the right side you'll have the two jury executive conference rooms, restrooms, break room, and if you make your way upstairs either via the stairs or elevator, you'll encounter a similar floor plan with the office spaces where the public lobby was on the first floor, with 4 private offices. Now for the exciting part, taking a look at your building, we have here the front of the building with the outdoor plaza with all the beautiful trees and plants. As we make our way around, we have the parking lot with plenty of open parking for many visitors to come and visit the City Hall. And we go back around through the outdoor plaza. We wanted to really create an environment that's peaceful and tranquil for people to relax or socialize and gather. As we go through the public lobby, you can see here the check-in station, as previously mentioned, and plenty of seating. As we go through the lounge area and down the hallway, featured here are one of the 4 large council courtrooms with plenty of natural light, very spacious. And the break rooms, the jury executive conference rooms, and the council courtrooms all feature the beautiful wood flooring. And as we move back down the hallway and towards the lounge area, you get a better view for the seating and rest areas. As we move up to the second floor, we get a view here of the office space with the 4 private offices overlooking the front of the building with a beautiful view of the outdoor plaza. So here at Backrise Builders, our mission is to blend functionality with beauty in order to serve the community and to create a space that has a lasting impression for generations to come. Thank you, and introducing Ayman Hussein, our lead and MEP specialist.
Thank you, Michaela. In our goal of achieving a sustainable building, Monmouth City Hall has attained LEED Silver certification with a total of 54 points. This certification signifies that our building has met higher energy standards while having a lower overall impact to the environment. Some of the building materials used include fiber-reinforced concrete, recycled aggregates, and reclaimed wood flooring. Fiber-reinforced concrete incorporates fibrous materials such as glass, plastic, and synthetic fibers, which helps control cracks and improve durability. Furthermore, we have recycled aggregates, which can include recycled concrete aggregates using demolished concrete from previous structures, lowering cement use on our projects. Finally, we have reclaimed wood flooring, incorporating recycled wood from previous structures, providing a rustic and unique aesthetic to our structure. Furthermore, our building features a variable air volume, also known as a VAV HVAC system, which efficiently reduces airflow where it's not needed and provides minimal noise distraction. Finally, as previously mentioned, our building has achieved LEED Silver certification. In order to attain LEED Gold, there are several upgrades we can make to our building for an additional cost, such as a parking lot roof for $1 million and an advanced ventilation system for $500,000. These upgrades provide many benefits, some of which include a lower initial cost and better marketability for our structure. Next, I'll be passing it on to Elias Cobb, our pre-construction manager.
Thank you, Ron. So with the construction of Monmouth City Hall, we have come up with an estimation of $12.7 million, which will maximize your GMP with consideration to your $13 million budget. For this building, we've analyzed 3 types of superstructures: concrete, steel, and heavy timber. We propose concrete because of its durability and its reduced carbon footprint, because we're using recycled aggregates and fiber-reinforced concrete, compared to our non-proposed steel, which has a higher cost, and heavy timber due to the risk factor of moisture because of Oregon's heavy rainfall. For our direct cost analysis of $9 million, we see 3 main contributors to this building: the superstructure, the exterior, and the interior finishes. The superstructure at $93 per gross square foot includes your columns and beams, which will support your 15,200 square foot structure. Your exterior at $88 per gross square foot includes your recycled aluminum paneling and your glazing, and we were able to achieve a 30 to 70 glazing to wall ratio. And lastly is your interior finishes at $42 per gross square foot, which includes your wood flooring and your elegant casework for the City Hall. To address some addendums, Addendum 1 is to upgrade your building to LEED Gold, and that will cost about $2 million. Addendum 2 is a civic art room in your entrance of your front entrance lobby, and that will cost about $200,000. And Addendum 3 is a 1,200-foot expansion resource center, and that will cost about $457,000. Next up is Gio Barrios, our project manager.
Thank you, Eli. So Front-View Construction, we understand is important for a well-executed project to be delivered in a timely fashion. Therefore, we've partnered with experienced and repeated contractors to ensure right. That's one. Okay. So we've partnered with experienced and repeated contractors to ensure an efficient construction process. And our buyout packages were broken down into 3 tiers. Our first tier would be our early design build trades. Our second tier would be our procurement items with long lead times. And our third tier would be our remaining trades. So to reduce contingencies within the project, we've allowed a 7-day curing period for our concrete after it has been poured. We've also made sure that we're going to order all of our long lead critical items in advance to reduce delays within the project, and we've added 17 rate days within our schedule. So our team has proposed a project timeline which will last 15 months, which will begin on February 2nd, 2023. Once we reach 100% design development in early April, we'll start our foundation and superstructure. In early September, we'll reach 100% construction documentation, which will allow us to start our exterior build out, our MEPF, rough-in, and our exterior build out. In late January, we should be complete with all our finishes, which will lead us into February, where we start our punch list, and our project should be completed by May 2nd, 2024. To address some addendums, our first addendum would be to upgrade our LEED certification to gold. There will be no schedule impact there. Our second addendum would be to add a civic art room, which will give us an extended 5 weeks to our schedule. And our addendum 3 would be to add a resource center, which will add an additional 10 weeks to our schedule. Now I'll pass it on to Nana Hashimi, which is our superintendent.
Thank you, Gio. So taking a little bit of a deeper look into our logistics, here at Frontview Construction, our number one priority is safety. That's why we're proud to showcase that we have an EMR score of 0.42. We will be hiring third-party contractors to deal with any kind of hazmat removal, such as asbestos, since this is an older building that we're working on, built prior to the 1980s. Since we're working in a residential area, we will have warning and barrier tape to keep the public out of restricted access zones and hazardous areas. We will also be incorporating taglines and air horns to make sure all material and equipment is moving safely throughout our project site. All of our trucks will be following a designated route. We will be primarily utilizing Highway 99 and Main Street. Our trucks will be ingressing following the green line and egressing following the red line. Our workers will have parking on site. We can also ensure that all of our that any kind of emergency vehicles can get into our project site safely and effectively. We've mapped out the closest hospital, police station, and fire department, all within a 1.5 mile radius from our project site. In order to improve the quality control of our project, we have implemented a stormwater pollution prevention plan. This includes a local topography of our project site in order to determine our flow line. This specifies the highest and lowest points of elevation, and we can see that our debris will be traveling from west to east. This allows us to strategically place straw wattle and sandbags within our project site to make sure that no pollutants or anything are going into our local stormwaters. We'll also be incorporating rumble plates to make sure nothing is going in or out with our trucks. All these measures will be maintained daily along with daily street sweeping. Now moving on to the different phases of our project, the first phase will be our make ready and our demo phase. This will include mobilization and the removal of our 2 existing buildings, which is the orange you can see here. Once that is complete, we will move on to demo 2, which is the demo of our whole project site. This will also be split into 2 sections. First, we'll be demoing the northern portion while our setup is on the southern portion. And once that comes to an end, we will be moving our setup up to the northern portion while we demo the southern portion. Phase 1B will begin with a grub and shrub of our whole project site, our material and equipment setup, and we will be performing our utility cut and cap during this phase. Our utility tie-in will be on the northern portion of our project site on Main Street. And this will include a temporary sidewalk closure along with redirecting traffic into the next lane over. And we'll finish this phase by grading our site. Closing out phase 1 of our project, we will have we'll begin excavating our footings. We'll set up our concrete area. This includes bringing in our mixer trucks and our pumps. We will also begin pouring during this phase our footings and our slab on grade. Moving on to phase 2 of our project, this will be our superstructure build out. This will include erecting our concrete formwork. We will also have our flooring and our metal decking during this phase. We will include our stairways and our elevators and our MEP systems. We will close off with waterproofing our building before we get into our interior build-out, exterior, and our parking lot build-out. Finally, closing phase 2 of our project, we will have any additional hardscaping that needs to be done and landscaping, primarily focusing on our botanical garden. And the last couple of months brings us to our closeout phase of our project. In this phase, we will focus on our punch list, our final inspection. We'll be proud to obtain our LEED certification along with our occupancy certification and complete the project by the 2nd of May of 2024. Now I'll be passing it back over to Andrew Brodell to close it off for you all.
We are really excited about this project and we hope you take our proposal into consideration. As you can see, transformative public use facilities are our bread and butter. In summary, this 15,200 square foot, two-story city hall, we achieved the $12.7 million estimation at a scheduled timeline of 15 months. Here at FrontView Construction, we are guided by our motto, the best view is the front view. Together, let's build success, one front view at a time. Thank you.
Okay, from the industry, can you have any questions? This is Q&A time. We have 5 minutes and 6 minutes.
Okay, thank you. I'm not too familiar with the glazing to wall ratio. What's the significance of the 30 to 70 ratio?
So that's just the ratio of the windows or glazing compared to our walls. So it will allow exquisite sunlight for your occupants and allow for natural light to go into your building.
Oh, got it. Okay, thank you. I can ask another one. At 7 days, do you know what strength the concrete will have?
So from past experiences, when we give our inspectors a 3-day brake test and a 7-day brake test, usually by the 7-day brake test, our concrete has reached 70 to 80% of its strength. So we'll be loading it with, but we won't be loading it fully.
Got it, okay. Nice, thank you.
Check. I just want to say good job, guys. I saw a lot of confidence when you guys were talking and transitioning from one another. So I'll just start with the question. One thing you might be asked during the competition is, I want to take out $1 million from the GMP. What are you going to do?
I'd say, we accounted for having recycled aluminum paneling on all the walls, so we'd probably take it off the backside right here, and that will decrease our cost by a lot, and then probably less wood flooring and just have concrete instead.
Take one more question, you guys got.
Hello. A great job with the presentation, by the way. I just wanted to ask, I may have missed it, where are you carrying the cost for the hardscape, landscape, all that utility work that's going to take place?
Or that's in our estimation sheet under hardscaping, so that just includes all your irrigation and anything that has to do with your irrigation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great job, guys. Yeah.